Over the past few months, I felt God breaking me down and rebuilding everything. Not just in business, but in how I lead, how I show up for my wife and kids, and what success even means. For the last 2.5 years, I've built what the world would call a thriving business, 15, 20, even $25,000 months. But what people didn't see was that I was chained to my desk, in the DMs all day, sales call at night, running ads, chasing payments, constantly wondering where the next client was going to come from. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, anxious, running numbers in my head, and I remember so many nights just thinking, God, if this is what success feels like, why do I feel so empty? In the months leading up to our wedding, things started slowing down for me and the business. Ad costs doubled, sales started drying up, and every strategy that used to work for me suddenly didn't. And then on our honeymoon flight to Bora Bora, I'm watching Shark Tank of all things, and God starts giving me these downloads. I pulled out my phone real quick and started writing in my notes app ideas about building something different, something built around family and faith, not fear and hustle and grind. And what he showed me on that plane completely transformed how I see success, business, and even fitness. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like and what I've been building in a second. When we got back home, I tried to keep pushing the old way. For a few weeks, I white-knuckled it, convincing myself that things would turn around. But then one morning, driving the kids to school, a client who had just paid in full messaged me requesting a full $3,200 refund. I checked my business account and there was $100 left. No clue how I'd cover payroll, how I'd pay for upcoming ads. I remember gripping the steering wheel, holding back some tears in my eyes in front of the kids and whispering to myself like, God, I can't do this anymore. And right then, I'm not even exaggerating, this massive rainbow stretched across the entire sky. The thickest, most clear rainbow I've ever seen in my whole life. And it was like he whispered, my promises still stand. I am still your provider. And that was the moment I knew something had to change, not just in my business, but in how I build, how I lead, and who I'm building for. So I came home that day, shut my laptop, and said, all right, Lord, if the old model isn't working, show me what to build instead. And that is when everything started to shift. It felt like stepping out of an Exodus or a Job season and into a Noah season. Like God was saying, build this ark. It won't make sense to anyone else, but just trust me. And I started sketching it out right then. I built this new model that still helps men transform physically and spiritually, but in a way that honors my marriage, my family, and my calling. So I tore everything down and began rebuilding from the ground up like any entrepreneur would. And here's the truth, man. I've tasted worldly success. I've seen Stripe payments for $3,200 roll in, but it didn't bring peace, because peace doesn't come from a bigger payday. It comes from obedience. And when I finally surrendered this business to God again, he gave me a new vision. Something sustainable, something scalable, and kingdom focused. So if you're watching this, I don't believe it's an accident, man. Maybe you've been grinding the same way, trying to do it all on your own, whether that's in fitness, business, or your walk with God. You've been striving instead of surrendering. And I get it, man, because that was me. But what God showed me in this season has completely changed the game for me. I took what used to be a $3,200 high-ticket coaching program and I rebuilt it from the ground up into something that's accessible, sustainable, and rooted in faith, family, and freedom. And if you stick with me for the rest of this video, you're gonna see exactly what he's been teaching me and building through me, the new system, the community, and the mission that came out of this season, and how you can be a part of it. So grab a seat, hit that link down in the video description so you can follow along inside school, and let me show you what I've been working on. If you've been trying to lose 30 to 50 pounds on your own but can't seem to stay consistent, this is the exact system that's helped over 120 Christian men get stronger, leaner, and lead their families with confidence again. Inside of the Physique Lab, we've taken the 3 things that every busy man needs fitness, nutrition, and brotherhood, and we built them into one clear, faith-driven system designed to help you win. And no, this isn't some generic group workout class or cookie cutter follow along program. Inside the Physique Lab, you'll also get access to our fitness app where every workout is custom built around your life, your equipment, your schedule, and your goals. So whether you train at a gym, in your garage, between work calls, or while the kids are down for a nap, your plan is going to fit your lifestyle, and we are going to build that together. And what's cool is that once your training plan is set up and entered into the app, you don't have to think about what to do in the gym anymore, because all you do is you open the app, you will follow along with your custom workout that we've programmed in here, and you log your progress as you go, and we'll track everything right alongside of you. From workouts completed, to steps, to weight, to your daily habits, we can see it all in this dashboard, and we can adjust your plan as you go, and that is what makes this sustainable. Now compare that to something like F45, CrossFit, or Orange Theory. Sure, they'll give you a workout, but it's not going to be your workout. Here at the Physique Lab, every set, every rep, every exercise is all engineered specifically for you, your body, your goals, and your lifestyle. But now let's talk nutrition, because this is where most guys drop the ball. You don't need another restrictive diet or generic meal plan. You need a system that's flexible enough for family dinners, but structured enough to actually work. Inside of our nutrition app, we will set custom calories and macronutrient targets for your body, your lifestyle, and your goals. So every week, your numbers are there, they're clear as far as what to hit, and they will automatically adjust based on your rate of weight loss progress, which means there is no more guessing. So inside of this app is where you'll be able to log all of your food and see how you are hitting your targets. When you're on track, everything will light up green. Your protein, your carbs, your fats, and this is your roadmap to make sure that you are following sustainable weight loss. As we can see, one of our clients, Eli here, has absolutely crushed it today. Green rings across the board. His fiber is on point. But if we go to his timeline, we can see that his check-ins have been extremely consistent from a week-to-week basis. And if we go all the way down to his starting point, back in February, he started with us at 296, and now fast forward to the end of October, and he is down to 228. So he's down nearly 70 pounds in an 8-month time frame. And the best part about this app is that there is a full recipe database for breakfast, lunch, and dinner ideas, and a meal plan generator built in. So it's never a question of what to eat, how much to eat, or when you should be eating it, because it's all right here in one app. It's simple, it's flexible, and it's built for real life. So beyond the custom workouts and the custom nutrition plan, you also have access to the school group. If we come to the calendar tab here, you can see that every single week, our Brotherhood meets on Zoom for live group coaching. This is where you'll get direct support from me and our coaching team. You'll hear real wins from other men that are on the same exact journey. And we also dive into a Bible study, so we're growing physically and spiritually. If you're not able to make it live, no worries. You can head over to the classroom tab, and you can see we have an entire module for our group call recordings. We will always share that replay link, so that way you can watch them and you never have to miss a beat. But while we are in the classroom tab, let me quickly walk you through the proven course curriculum that's going to help you lose this weight and keep it off for good. Module 1 is onboarding, so that's going to walk you through program expectations and how to use the apps that we just talked about for fitness and nutrition. We've got module on macros. We have one on mindset, because the Bible says to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We've got one on habits, the science of fat loss. We've got strength training simplified. Everything that you possibly need to know to be successful on a weight loss journey and finally build that discipline and stay consistent is here in the classroom. And on top of that, we also have the resource library and our bonus vault for continuing education, which is jam-packed with more educational videos, tools, and resources to make sure that you not only lose the weight, but you can keep it off for good. And arguably the most important thing that you're going to get access to is the community that you are going to be a part of, meaning you will never have to go at this alone. You will be surrounded by brothers who share the same values, have the same mindset, are working towards similar goals. We are here to do life together and push each other forward even when life gets busy. This right here is where guys will post their wins from the week. They'll share progress photos, prayer requests, their introduction posts, or maybe even a moment of discipline they're proud of. And when life gets hard, this is also where our guys come for support, whether it's advice from a coach, whether it's encouragement or accountability from other men who get it. This is where our faith and our fitness journeys collide. And brother, that is how discipline is forged. And if you don't believe me, here are just a few of the men who decided that they were done going at it alone and joined the Physique Lab. Like Kyle, for example, who lost 37 pounds. He was a self-proclaimed couch potato, and now he is the one that is running laps around his kids. Or how about Brandon right here, who lost 50 pounds inside of the program and achieved his dream goal of enlisting in the Air Force and radically transformed the trajectory of not just his future, but his family's future as well. Or what about Eric down here, who lost 37 pounds, rekindled his marriage, and started getting compliments from his wife again. These types of transformations are exactly what is possible when you follow our roadmap and you get around a brotherhood that supports you. But now I want to talk about the cost of taking action the traditional way, because most guys who finally decide to make a change, they end up piecing it together from multiple sources. Most guys will turn to a personal trainer for workouts, or they'll do group classes like CrossFit, F45, or Orange Theory. And keep in mind that those group classes aren't even custom to you and your goals. The next person that they'll typically work with will be someone like a nutritionist or a dietitian for help on the diet front. And then after that, they may even go work with someone like a life coach or a Christian counselor for some extra accountability and discipleship. And when you add all of these things up, you're looking at a cost of over $15,000 a year. And that's before you factor in anything like supplements, time wasted, or programs that don't actually fit your lifestyle. But even more expensive than taking the wrong kind of action is the cost of inaction, because doing nothing about your health, that's what ends up costing you the most. Between prescriptions, doctor's visits, higher life insurance premiums, takeout food, and missed work days spent at doctor's office or hospital visits, the average man carrying an extra 30 to 50 pounds spends over $30,000 a year just to maintain his problem. And that doesn't even include the emotional and the intangible costs, the things that don't show up on credit card statements, but they cut the deepest. Things like low confidence, running out of energy halfway throughout the day, snapping at your kids because you're exhausted, or realizing your wife deserves the version of you that leads with strength and presence, not stress and insecurity. And that's why I tell guys all the time, the real price of staying stuck isn't just measured in dollars. It's measured in moments that you'll never get back. So let me just ask you this, brother. What's all that worth to you? Because I'd argue that this type of transformation, becoming the man that God is calling you to be, is absolutely priceless. The only question is, do you see it that way? So here's the truth, brother. You don't need another random diet or some cookie cutter workout plan. You need a system and a brotherhood that keeps you consistent even when life gets busy. And that's exactly what we've built here at the Physique Lab. So you can start your free 7-day trial of our brotherhood today. Click this button right here. It's literally risk-free on your end. You've got nothing to lose. And when you join, you'll get immediate access to our course modules and the community, so you can see exactly how the system works. After your first week, once you decide to stay, that is when we will build your personalized workout and nutrition plans and officially welcome you into coaching. You can cancel anytime, man, but if I had to bet, you're going to love the community, the accountability, and the results so much that you will want to stay for the long haul. And honestly, that is our goal, man. We want to build a true brotherhood that does life together, and so you don't have to keep figuring things out all on your own. This right here is where real transformation begins, and brother, it's time to step into it. So click this button down below to start your free trial, and I will see you on the inside.